we have a heat hitting the lineup now with massive world title implications. Courtney Conlogue after her first world title, and she needs to get through this heat to keep that dream alive. She's up against Coco Ho, who has one of the single best waves of this event so far, a beautiful barrel ride to keep her dream of a world title alive. Just over 32.5 minutes remaining, and it's going to be Coco Ho taking the first ride in this heat. With her dad sitting out there in the lineup, Coco digs into that first turn, really drawing it out. Again, whips her board through a smooth carve, and the wave setting up for the tube on the inside. She does find some cover and gets the exit, and she's not done with it. One of the best waves we've seen all morning, and the crowd is lighting up as Coco brings this one right through to the inside bowl and bashes the lip. Still more points on offer, as one of the veterans left in the draw finishes off way down the inside. Let's see how Courtney responded. She had a wave behind. Wow, great style, getting herself barreled. She sets this wave up once again, has plenty of speed, almost loses control. An impressive speed line. Bit of a beating on the inside there. But here's the replay of Coco's first wave. Two huge turns to start.
Yeah, this wave is just picture-perfect Honolulu Bay right there, and that is a picture-perfect turn from Coco Ho. You know, we saw her get one of the barrels of the day on the first day of competition. She gets that one. You hear the people on the cliff just going absolutely mad. Coco Ho, the Hawaiian, would have a lot of support here in her home islands. She gets another couple cracks on this Keiki section. What a way to begin your round 4 campaign.
Well, like we said, they couldn't hold back on the scale. Easily the best wave we've seen all morning, a 9.17. And expecting a pretty decent number for Courtney as well. She got a good barrel, pretty much a stand-up pit off that outside section. Just break down this wave, Rosie, the different sections of this wall, because we're only seeing a small part of it at the moment.
Yeah, you can just see the way Coco just has that beautiful canvas. We've seen a lot of the waves run away from the ladies. This one came in and had that perfect angle, perfect corner for Coco to get to work. She didn't have to race. She could just drop straight into this wave and get to working out everything she wanted to do on this wave. And you think about the way that Coco is just able to drop down and get those bottom turns in and just slide into this little barrel. She's really hunting it down.
Wow.
That's definitely one of the things we love about Coco's surfing, is the way that she stays so close to the pocket. Her surfing is critical. That bottom turn, she stays compact. So
you talk about that critical surfing, but sometimes it's missed that big drawn-out rail turn, Coco surfing, and she's found it with some new equipment. And Strider, you watch this wave unfold from the channel. What was the noise like from the caddy?
Well, we're out here making a boo-boo. Former tour competitors, her caddy out here in the water. Mike's usually out here, but Megan came out.
And it's the surfer in blue, Coco Ho, with the quick lead, and having a look at this one without priority. And she stalls for the barrel. She doesn't get the cover. She's going to drive up into the lip now. Nice pocket jam. Needs to get some real damage done on the inside to convert this into a good number. There's a solid approach. Big hit, but just that one maneuver. You wouldn't think that one is going to factor into Coco's scoreline at the end of this clash. And Courtney now out the back with priority. Let's see if she can get herself a solid number. An answer to the amazing start from Coco. She gets herself barreled. So good in the tube out here at Honolulu Bay. And now puts her board on rail. Huge hack to get started. Bashes the lip now, mixing things up. Great fight from the world number 2. Doesn't get the finish that she would have liked, but she did so much work on the outside.
I love that answer back from Courtney Conlogue. You can see how fired up she is. I love Courtney is fired up. This is what I'm talking about. Just drops straight into the barrel, just stands tall, rides it high so that she comes out with some speed. Hear her mom going and her sister going nuts on the cliff, then straight into that turn. That is pure power, pound for pound, right in front of Coco. Coco pretends like she's not even watching. Another speed down car from Coco. Here's the claim from Courtney Conlogue. This heat is getting started for us.
This was an amazing takeoff. Straight into the pit. We saw her do it earlier in this event in the first round, but have a look at the size of these two turns. brute force and amazing composure under pressure.
You see the intent on Courtney's face, and then the claim. I mean, to come back from a 9-1-7 that Coco's just dropped, you've really got to put everything into it. You see that wraparound, just the legs and the power and the hips just pivoting.
That's one of the turns of the event for me. Big power carve and then bash the lip. Got a bit of release in the tail off the top. It would have felt nice.
Yeah, you see Coco just trying to act like she's not paying attention to what's going on, but Courtney ecstatic with the performance on that wave. You see how fired up she gets here. I love that passion coming out of the world title contender. One of the better claims we've seen too this whole year.
Right now with 9s and 8s, so the more sets that come through, the more heats we're going to have like this.
She's going to be unstoppable running.
Tyler Wright looking sharp, as is Coco Ho, who's up once again, looking to drop a 4.5 to increase her lead in the barrel, but gets slapped down inside and takes a fall. So that one, it might not factor in. Just over 16 minutes to go. Narrowed her focus on big finishes and looking to get a roll on going into next season. But here we go, the replay of Coco's last ride.
Yeah, Coco Ho looking to improve on that 4.0. Tucks into the barrel, gets obliterated.
Even though that wave shut down, I would say that Coco seems to have as good a read, if not better. That dream alive. And just during the break, Coco under priority, paddled into this wave. Have a look at this first turn.
Oh,
beautiful.
Displacing so much water on that first turn. Coco needs to put the foot on the gas. Unfortunately, doesn't get to do another turn, but fortunately for Courtney Conlogue, she's left out the back with priority.
Courtney made a big call with that last ride that came through. She had priority. She let Coco have it. It was a smart decision, and this one is standing up for her. Nice first turn. Great flow down the line. Digs in. A big hit. One of the more solid set waves. Thought it might barrel for a moment, but it didn't. A floating re-entry. Remember, she's only chasing a 5.65 to get herself into the lead. It was a good size set.
I can't even feel my legs. I'm so nervous.
Coco Ho, the judges liked that last turn. One move, a 4.9. She increased her lead just a little bit. Courtney needs a 5.65 out of this wave to take the lead.
Really starts to dig in on this wave. Drops down, beautiful bottom turn. A little bit of a speed check. Another speed check from Courtney Conlogue. It's going to be interesting to see if this is the score that she needs. Could she have laid in a bit harder on those first few turns?
A 5.83 for Courtney on her last wave. She is back in the lead, and Coco Ho needs a 5.09, and she's out the back with priority. So this is a really close heat. Big scores logged by our competitors. A 5.83 from Courtney on that last wave sees her into the lead. You can get it done with just an average wave. Just over 5 minutes to go. Let's check out the recap. An amazing start for the young Hawaiian. A 9.17.
Coco Ho just went to town on this wave. An absolute gift for her in the beginning stages of the heat, even finding a little bit of shade. You hear the crowd appreciation as she winds into these few turns, just able to find this keiki section with ease and just loops into it and goes into attack mode as she just has almost a smile on her face while she's surfing this wave.
Well, we're cutting back to live action now. We'll see more of a recap in a moment, but have a look at this wall. It is Courtney without priority. Coco swoops on the inside, driving down the line. She only needs a 5.09. Let's see if she can deal with the pressure. Strong first turn. Very critical. This one's starting to stretch out. Coco hangs on and gets back onto the open face. Another big turn. She brings it right through to the inside. The 24-year-old with great rhythm on this wave, still going, and really is putting up a fantastic fight against the current world number 2. The requirement, a 5.09. You'd think she'd be moving into the lead with that ride, Rosie.
She got, for one turn, she was awarded a 4.9. So let's just have a look at this. Gets a lot of speed. That was a beautiful turn. Drops out of the lip there, then has to negotiate this. Gets caught behind a little bit. Gets that open face. And she really gets a lot of work done on this inside section. So I'm going to, put myself out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that is definitely going to be the score. I think Coco's going to take the lead.
Wow. Well, there is 3 minutes to go as we watch Coco complete that last ride. We're waiting for the numbers to drop. Not a big score required, a 5.09. The early indication is that it's going to be enough. And Courtney is going to be chasing a number going into the final 2 minutes of this heat. There's 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. And the pressure is on. A 7.33 for Coco Ho. Sees her move into the lead. And Courtney now needs an 8.08. Just over a minute to go. This is Courtney's shot at it. This is to keep her world title hopes alive. She drives off the bottom into this first section. A solid hit. Has the speed to get down the line. Again. Puts her ball on rail and takes a fall. 1 minute remaining. And Courtney has fallen. The first turn was strong. This one is coming to an end. Coco Ho, the spoiler. Strider Wasilewski, he picked it. He said Coco was going to be hard to beat. Courtney has fallen short. Heartbreak for Courtney Conlogue. Elation for Carissa Moore. She is the 2015 World Champion, her third world title.
Massive congratulations to Carissa Moore. I mean, what a deserving champion. You see the girls, Lakey Peterson on hand. Congratulating the 2015 World Champ, Carissa Moore.
23 years of age and a 3-time world champion. Her 6th year on the championship tour. And she is lapping up the appreciation